to even approach such long-term goals. And we found an opportunity to reach those kids and show them like, hey, there's more to than just what you see, to what these bad influences around you are saying there only is. So by having by having workshops and events in their local area that are organized by people from their own community who went potentially through this program themselves, it becomes that, hey, I can become interested in this, and I can be the one who's facilitating this and showing and bringing back to my community. So it's we're trying to just go towards those younger individuals and show them like, hey, there's more, because what we saw is that people are not reaching that younger target audience.
That middle school area. One thing that that I've seen in the position that I'm in is there's a lot of elementary school programs, there's a lot of high school programs, but right there in the middle, there are some things, but they're not. We've had a lot of groups come to this building, and a lot of them, what they ask is, could you do that? Because it's not really necessarily being done. And TXRX, we had a chance to talk to Summer, and she talked about, kind of the, that they have some issues with selecting, like having candidates that are ready for their program. I think that their selection process and getting students that can kind of understand maybe and are able to participate fully in it.
Aware of what's available. Really, we were trying to focus and hone in on making these resources accessible and making the vision, as you said, clear and legible, showing them that there is a future, shining a light on these different potentialities. And along with the mentorship program, we kind of had the idea that we could, our Make the Future as a movement, as a group, could also network with all of these other resources that are here, and this could act as like a referral directory, as a living archive, a living database that we could recommend that people check out at any point in their journey.
Right. So you answered one question that I had during the presentation, which was how you do this, and I think you just said mentorship, which answers that, just because if this is a program that advocates mentoring, that's great, because I don't know where all of those resources are organized in one place where people could go. If one were to Google community resources, you wouldn't get a list like that for a localized group of Houstonians, whether they're middle schoolers, and I agree that's a critical age, and also a vulnerable age for young folks who are, coming of age and having enough nerve to make some decisions. I'm speaking as a parent now, that is a critical time and a great opportunity, and one wonders whether part of the resource is actually a partner for a program like this, whether HISD would be willing to allow for some kind of advocacy within the Complete Communities structure, working with the city, with mentors in the schools, and how to help them know that there may be some programming out there if you're 13-year-old and at home with your grandmother.
Exactly, and what we would want to address with that is reaching out to those who might be talented but might not care to actually participate, and then having them self-direct and always having check-ins with them.
Great.
So having with this key age, it's that they're trying to figure out what am I going to do, what do I like, what are my interests at all, or what kind of interests are there? I don't even know. So by partnering with all these different organizations, having all of those resources, we can help them be like, hey, you're interested in computer science? Well, we can help guide you there. There's workshops, there's events, and there's even workshops that are held by people who are just a few years older than you who went through the program. And if that's not something you're interested in, that's fine, because we have other things and we can help guide you with that. with a mentor, with the different available events that we have. So really letting them explore and having someone who knows what it's like to be in that position to help guide them.
You also have local churches there, which I know from Third Ward is a very vital part of that community, and they too have programs like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, Brownies and the Weeblos, and so all that kind of nurturing community, you know, it's really interesting.
We tried to, I think, do it all originally, and we were just kind of conceiving of all the things, and we realized there's people that are already doing this. I mean, Al Prentice, you know, is one of those individuals, and so that we had a lot of insight from him into this, and so we realized that like the venue end for this is some of these organizations that already exist.
So another benefit on the